Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to Awesomecallstrading.com. I get a lot of questions, and one of the common questions I always get was, especially from new traders that haven't been in our room. For the traders in our room, it's pretty self-explanatory, but for new traders in the room or not in our room yet, I always get the question, how did you come up with the name Awesome Calls? It's quite interesting. When I was on Twitter, I started Twitter in 2000 and I believe it was 2012. I'll double check that, which is what 7 years ago. Yeah, 2012. I established AJ Trader 7, and I was on Twitter. You know, when Twitter started to come out, I joined Twitter, and I started to because I was trading pretty active and I was doing IPOs and I was doing all these great things and I would do it for free. And because I wanted to, you know, earn your business and gain your respect and let you know I was a good trader and I was becoming a great trader and my calls were on point. I was trading actively and I had been through prior to that probably a good 6, 7, 8 years of just, you know, learning the game, so to speak, like a lot of you are. And as I started to develop my skills and they were getting better and better on Twitter, I would probably get about 100 to 200 new followers a week. Um, and my calls, every time I get a compliment, it was that was an awesome call. Or that was so awesome how that played out. That's an awesome call. And it just kind of, and I used to be just AJ. And a year prior to me establishing Awesome Calls, I made a decision that I'm going to brand myself, and the branding was the name of where I was going to call the room, which was Awesome Calls. And today I'm just going to review some of the calls that we did and why they were awesome. And every morning I live in Southern California, and I average probably about 4 to 5 hours of sleep a day. I mean that includes a 1 hour nap during the day, off and on, and then 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours at night. And it's just your body, because I love what I do and I enjoy what I do. I don't really need to sleep. I'm not lazy. I'm a hustler. I gravitate to success. I'm a leader. I'm a teacher. I don't call myself a mentor, and I don't. One of the things I find disrespectful is you will never tell anyone, even a new trader, brand new to trading, I will never call them my student. I really get annoyed when you get a 20-year-old kid running a room and saying my student. Okay, you've been trading less than 2 years, maybe a year. You have people in your room that you're calling your student. I mean, do you comprehend that? Or traders that have been trading 3 or 4 years and then started a room a year ago. Oh, these are my students and I'm the mentor. How do you, what, really? When the market crashes 5,000 points in a day, what are you going to be mentoring? You know, because nobody will be left in your room because you don't know how to trade that kind of market. So stop with this mentoring. You know, I don't consider myself a mentor. I consider myself just um, hmm, a teacher. I like to teach. I like to teach what I know, and so I don't hide anything. I just say it what it is. This is what's going to do it and why. So I'm constantly educating. I love to educate people and traders, new, old, experienced, and I like learning. That's one thing you have to do when you're sitting in this kind of a seat, is you can't be afraid to learn from someone, because when you're learning from someone, it's also called respect. And one of the things that I have in here with the great moderators, and I have a lot of them, and I have a lot more developing, is I respect everybody. And I don't think anybody is stupid, because why are they in here? They just want to learn. And there's really no stupid question. I think um, trading in general is fear. And I think there is where I come in the most. You know, when when you trade a stock, okay, let me kind of explain. For instance, I've been trading 15 years. I study, 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 study. That's all I do. My life is studying because studying will make me a better trader and make me more money. All right. And my main priority is to pay my bills through trading. Like this morning, as I told the chat room, I walked in with negative $1,900 because on my platform I pay my bills. So I was down $1,900. So now I'm down $745.87 as I'm doing this webinar, and I want to be at zero before the close because I pay my bills. And I love the idea. I love kind of working. When the bills come in, just like electricity, gas. I get my gas bill's $1,100 a month. Um, so I think my electricity's what, $2,200 a month. So I pay my bills, and I love kind of walking in and it's like I'm down on bills and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna work my way out of it. I think it's so challenging for me and I love it, you know, versus just starting green 300, 400, get to 500, 700, cap out at 900, 1200, done for the day, you know, and then you just kind of pick and choose throughout the day. Great trades, great ideas. But you know, fear is the biggest thing in the challenge of of um, of traders today, and the reason is because a lot of traders haven't put the time in, and that's why they go to a room because they're paying someone who has put the time in. Now, as you know, in today's world, everyone's uh, opening up a chat room, and they're all dancing around, showing cars, showing their homes, doing all this. You know why? Because they're dancing because they're collecting your sub fee. Okay, I feel like every day I have to prove myself, not only to the people in the room, to the 700 people in Discord, but I still have 12 to 13 chat rooms that subscribe to my room and copy everything I say and do. They call themselves battle plans, game plan notes. I mean, they make up every little thing, and all they're doing is copy and pasting our work. Whenever we put a call in, it's all over in 13, 12, 13 chat rooms. All right. They can never leave this room. So it's like we have a pretty large audience because this room is, we just breed leaders. Okay. Not just traders, but leaders. And in order to become a leader, you got to overcome your fear. And how do you overcome your fear? Being around someone who has no fear when he trades. All right. Um, and that's where I come in. So I want you to understand that, once you overcome fear, you gain confidence. And when you gain confidence, that's what changes you because you feel confident in what you're doing. It's just like if you're building uh, a dollhouse for your kid, right? For your daughter, and you're building it from scratch and you making it. It's a sense of an accomplishment, and you built it because you learned over time how to build one. And then you built one and you paint it and you get it all ready and you present it to your little beautiful daughter, and just a smile on her face, right? That's trading. When you actually pull the trigger, see it green, all right, you've overcome your first fear. And fear comes anxiety, always thinking you're going to be wrong. And because when anxiety and fear combine, that's what stalls you from being able to make the trade because you're overthinking. In here, I don't want to say I yell at people in a sense. I yell at the call. Like if I see a call moving and I say this is going to go to 97 from 95.50, it's going to go to 97. I'm in the trade with you. I'm confident with you. It's done. I mean, I've already spoke. It's done. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I walk in a room, I look at a stock, I like it. And when I like it, again, it's not just the ACT chat room likes it. I like it. The ACT chat room likes it. Count 12 more rooms on top of it. And that's why a lot of our stocks just absolutely run. Because by the time we might get in stock at 42, by the time it gets trickled to all the other rooms, they're in it at 43, 43.20. And you know what we're doing? The ACT chat room is we're just selling right into it. If they want to copy us, then we're going to use those people to make us money because that's what they do. They're too late to the party because the party starts here. All right. So I want to start with um, two really great earning plays. A lot of you are hearing now that Awesome Calls Trading is doing earning plays into earnings. Yes. Is it risky? It can be. It can be if you don't know what to look for. So I'm going to teach you a process of how we called Shutterfly. Into close, I said Shutterfly is going, I'm taking short 45.25 or something like 45.50. I'm shorting Shutterfly into close. Everyone made it, I made it very clear. And then with our room, what's different is I have to give you a bunch of reasons why. Okay, because that's what our room is used to. Okay, you want to be our teacher. Tell me why you are going to short that stock into earnings. Why? Okay, well, I checked out the call and buying activity on Shutterfly, and it was basically a 10-to-1 odds that the stock was going to collapse on the option and call buying. The puts were just astronomical. They were just, thousands of them. And the buy rating, I'm sorry, the call rate, the calls were like less than I think 1,000 or 500. It was so ridiculous. It wasn't even. It was a crack up to me. And so um, between that, I want to kind of teach you something. This is for everyone, but I know you chat rooms that don't trade analysts because you're ignorant and you don't know how. I want you to see something. 2 days ago, Goldman Sachs came out and downgraded the stock. Okay, Goldman Sachs. I want you to listen to that for a second. Goldman Sachs. So Goldman Sachs comes out, I believe. I can't. I have to find it. All right, traders, can you tell me quickly the date Goldman Sachs came out? Because I have to find it for this presentation. Let me see here. Let me go here. I think it was the 4th. Let me double check. We go to the 4th and go down to Goldman. FG Goldman here. Goldman. Yeah, there it is. I was right. Okay. You see this call? All right. Goldman called for a sell rating to $40 price target. So this is one of our top analysts. So this gentleman did some research, but what I was reading through the research was I got to a place that I felt this analyst knew they were going to miss. They were going to miss, but if you look at his target of 40, the man was spot on. He was spot on. So not only did I have a ton of put buying, 10-to-1, but I also had Goldman behind me. Now I don't think Goldman's going to make a call like that 2 days before earnings and have his reputation on the line, and then they all of a sudden their earnings are blowout. I mean, this, no offense, but this guy might be out of a job. So between my experience, understanding this analyst, understanding what he was saying, buying the puts, the amount that were being bought up, I made the sound decision that I am going to short into earnings. Now, doesn't mean you need to do it. You can follow me, and you can take 20 shares, 50 shares, 100. So if it ups 5 points, use 500 or 250. But if it drops, you get that difference. Well, guess what happened? My educated guess paid my bills. Because as soon as it got halted, and in 30 minutes when it unhalted, it hit $39 a share. I covered at 41. Do you see that? Do you see the opportunity? See, these rooms out there, they're not going to do these kind of things for you. They're not going to expand like that. You know why? Let's call it ace and ace. It's because it's too risky. This is just one element of what Awesome calls. This is just one thing we've added now to our $6.75 a day. And why? Because we want to. We're the education room. We're the room that breeds leaders. I want the traders to learn how to read and analyze, how to understand put and call options, how to understand, um, you know, earnings, the company itself. I want them to be so good that they can teach others, whether they're having dinner with somebody or they're teaching 3 or 4 people at high school or college and having conversations. Imagine being in this room for a month, the knowledge you're going to have. Analysts, earnings, FDA, approvals, phase 1, 2, and 3. Do you realize when you're speaking like that, nobody even knows what you're talking about? Even traders that trade in these other rooms don't even know phase 1, 2, and 3 and how they're going to react. But hey, that's what makes Awesome Calls so great. All right, so you have Shutterfly. That was an overnight play. The other one we did was a company called Sum. So on Sum, I took long into close at $16 and I think it was $16.19. Some had a huge call buying, and they were also 10 to 1. You know, so they had very little. I think it was 50 puts to 900 or 1,000 calls to the upside. And again, 16.20, ding, 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 ding. You sell at the open, you're done. These are just earning plays. And they don't even count as day trades because if you bought the day before and sold at the open the next day, because this was a play for today, but we took it into the night. So these two were just absolutely stunning. Now another one was NBIX, but we won't do a chart on it. This one actually beat and gapped up, but the sell-off was just too much. So in the end, I think a 2-point hit on this morning, even though they did beat. And maybe what I should have done in hindsight is just add on the pullback because it just went right back up to 86. And I took it at around 85 yesterday or something like that, $86. So, and then there was one more. I forgot the name of it, but Sum and Shutterfly were our two main ones that just absolutely did stunning. All right. So, and then this morning, we had some really nice plays this morning. We started with Paycheck. Now, Paycheck is a very thin stock, all right, but there were a lot of shorts in the stock. Now, I believe the option side had this beating, and this has already had a run into close on Paycheck. So, to me, for the last 20 days, what I was looking for, trade ideas 21 on OSTK. What are they doing at OSTK though? There's still no news. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. My great Chris M, great trader in our room. Very privileged to have him. He's telling me it was 21 million sitting somewhere. Maybe he means the volume because I don't see it. Anyway, I can't buy something just because. Oh, the float is 21 million. Oh, that's what he means. I thought he was sitting on the ask or bid. I wanted to see that. That's what he meant. Okay. They're adding a blockchain solution. Okay, so that should just come down. That's kind of crap news. Thank you, Mr. Hudson. So PAYC, let's go back to it. So PAYC, you can see, had a nice run into earnings. Now, I love these kind of plays. I chose not to overnight this because I felt that it already had a big enough run. I mean, look, you went from 125 to 150 before the earnings even came out. So I already felt, I'm going to be patient with it. Well, this morning, after hours, it hit 169, and then this morning, oh my gosh, it took off. And so I was so excited. I was so excited. So I started leaning into it at $173 a share. Okay. And my goal was to take it to 170. The more it popped, the more I wanted to get it. I just wanted that baby to come down. And it did. So the trade on it was this morning was right here, PAYC. I like to get a pop at the open. I want to squeeze it through 175 and then shell it off to $168 and under. I took a nibble start and I had room to go. And on a stock like this, going like this, you got to give it 4 or 5 points. I mean, that's why I nibble. So I take a little bit and then I add and then I add and then I wait for the pull because I already know that the stock has already had a major move and now I want to go all the way up and I just want to just grab and I want to look for a 168, 170 covers. The higher it goes, obviously I would have changed this if I felt it went through 178 or 19, I probably would have put 170 and under. And true to the name, I'll tell you, this was such a fun trade. Look at this. Short here, add up here, and guess where it came? The first hit was 170, right at the bell. And if you missed those covers, then it gave you another opportunity with even higher to 179. And then again, look at it now, $168.75. And I wanted 168. You see how beautiful this was? Now, I didn't say the stock was going to come down and gap fill because it's not. But at least come down to 168. And you can see it's still heading there now. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade. I was really impressed with this trade. And this one took me, seriously, 15 years of developing my skill level to get to this level. Seriously. This is no joke. To trade at this level. And that's why you see so many rooms stay away from this kind of stuff. Because they don't get it. And they don't want to get it. They want to just trade SPY, 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 Apple, 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 AMD, 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 QQQ. You know, it's simple for them. I don't like simple. All right. I like to teach, educate, round every trader. Why do you think so many rooms have opened up from here? It's trades like this that develop their skills. I want to show you another one, MGNX. Now, this is a really special one because I'm going to kind of show you what's going on here. All right. Citi, one of the top bio guys over there, just made absolutely a horrific call. Horrific. I mean, we're talking, but he's had so many great calls that even on this horrific, I mean, he put a sell rating on this at $10 or $11. I mean, he just, a week, I think 4 or 5 days before the news hit. And boy, I'm sure he's feeling the heat in Citi right now. But anyway, it was a phase 3, but it had the keyword cancer. And so Janny, just an amazing trader in the room, he played it both sides live. He took it short and he walked it down, I believe, 2 points. And then they played it long on the flag breakout. And by the time I got in the room, it was around this time, and it just started moving. And traders were making money off of Janny's call to the upside. And they were tweeting it already, which was really great. By the time the market pretty much got ready to open, at 6:15, I was writing my final touches on my notes. I had this stock going to about a quick pop off the open off of 30. And so I thought it would just do a quick pop and then sell off. My goal on this stock is to take it to about 20. The problem is now they are set to do, this is gearing up for an offering. And what happens when they do an offering is they pop it. We got a nice short on it. I mean, there was no doubt we achieved the short because we got about, five solid points on the meat of it because we were shorting at 30 with room to 32 at the open. And my goal is to touch it here, 20 and 21. But this is what they're already setting up for an offering. When you got a grind like this and you have 20 million shares and you're going to probably close that at 25 million, it's a perfect example of how an offering is getting set up. So I'm going to be calling this offering to be, I think it'll be anywhere between 5 and 7 million within the next 24 to 48 hours. And the price will probably be about between, I'm thinking $22 and $21 a share. They're really keeping it up there. And and it won't, 5 to 7 million, that'll put less than $150 million in their bank. They'll keep the cash and be able to continue the phase 3 status of it. So, and hopefully FDA approval. So, really nice trade. A lot of people are shorting the stock, anticipation for the offering to come after the close or tomorrow. So, but it's coming. Okay, so anyway, that was a great play. And you can see my pre-market notes. I believe we made this the number 1 or 2 pick this morning. MGNX, yes, yeah. Pop it open, like a small pop it open. Small to us is 1 to 2 points, and then short it to $25 and sell off to 20 to 25. I gave it range because I was also anticipating with the volume they're going to do an offering. And I even said it will not go lower than 20 because they're going to do an offering. But if you took the call itself and took it at 30 short, added it to the nice little pop, and shorted it to 25, you did exactly textbook Awesome Calls Trading, because look where it hit, 25 a share. This is real trading. I mean, you're next level. If I was to ever rename my room, I would call it next level trading, because it really is. All right. The next stock that we did was, gosh, we did it quite a bit. I believe we were trying to get Cron and Spot. Yeah, Spot gave us a couple of really good positions this morning. Now, Spotify didn't impress investors with this earnings, but the beauty of this was this morning. The I like Spotify at 125 to 128, and I like to pop it because I think it usually stays around the 130 area, especially off a miss off of 144. They'll keep it up. But what made this trade so amazing is right here at 130 a share, and about 131, boom. I looked up the screen and CNBC, and sure enough, there was the CEO, and boy, they had him on there with David Faber for 1050 with Kramer just drilling him, and all he did was I said, traders, take 200 shares and go long. Take 100 shares, go long, and just watch him do his magic. Instead of a conference call, we didn't need him to do it. He did it for us. Like clockwork, boom, he ran it up. 130 to 137. It's beautiful. Spotify. And I think the notes that we did on it were pretty spot on too. Where is it? Spotify. Where are you? Spotify. Go long 127 and 127.50 if it pulls, and spot tends to get bought up on weakness. So I knew it was going to get bought up. The key was to get the traders into the trade and not be fearful of it. That's the key thing when you're trading these stocks. Don't get scared. All right, the stock is already down like 12, 15 points. Just relax. Okay, just chill. This is a spot. It's going to go up. And the fact that it already had pre-bounced off the 127 before, if it gave us another opportunity, just go long. And it's really great play this morning. And another trade that we did this morning was take two. Now, I'm going to be overnighting take two into close because the stock has taken a pretty big beating. Also, the CEO was on CNBC as well, right after spot. But take two, I like the 90 to 92 area, and it was down 16, so I felt we'd get about a 4 to 6 point bounce. If it did pop towards the 100, I want you to short it for about 4 to 6 points to the downside. And if it hit the 90 area, the 91, I want you to go long and then bounce it full. But the key thing was to keep it within a 4 to 6 point range. I wasn't looking for the stock to go any lower than 90. And we played it several times in the room, and it was a really great opportunity to really play with this stock. And you can see the 91. It might go to 90 because the market's kind of selling off a little bit, but I'm a buyer at 90, and tomorrow I'll wake up it'll be 93. So I like this stock. But you can see the call this morning. I told you if it popped towards 100, see the call this morning. Again, textbook. Awesome Calls Trading. This is what we do. So it's textbook. And what I mean by textbook, I mean we do this in our sleep. So basically, I want you to, if it popped towards 100, short the stock, take it down 6 points. So that means you go to 100 minus 6 is 94. All right, before it would get some sort of bounce. Do you want to see it? Ding, 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 ding. There's your 100. Scale in short, and now count 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you see how it found itself? Let's do that again. 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, that's trading. That's exactly what we do here. And again, it comes back to your room will not trade this because they don't understand it. Okay? And then even if they try and they copy our notes, they're going to try to impress you with all these lines and fibs and ideas and thoughts. Most will just stay away. In our room, no way. No way. We trade what people don't want to trade because there's so much money. Whenever I see a room that only isolates themselves either on penny stocks or small cap or just bios, I think of how many opportunities are they missing. And if you look at what we're doing, we do analyst earnings, uh, you know, uh, gap ups, gap downs, bio plays, news, uh, mergers, IPOs. You can't. This room is limitless. Seriously, it's like taking one of those clear pills and just learning. And the more you learn, isn't it funny too? In that movie, how did he make his money? What's the one thing he picked in that movie on Limitless? If you ever haven't seen it, go watch it. Okay, what did he pick? What was the one thing that made him money in Limitless? Huh? He did trading. He took 100,000 and he made it 2.1 million. Okay, because the stock market gives us opportunities every day to not only learn from it, but to make money. Okay. All right, let me do one more for you, and we'll call it a day because I have to get into earnings. We'll do about a bunch of picks tonight. EA. Now, EA just took a major bath. I mean, gaming is off. I mean, there's so many things that other people are doing now. Gaming is just simply off. This thing just took a bath. I mean, you're at $92 and you wake up and you're slapped down here, and then it's even worse. Their guidance was just horrific, all this other stuff. So for us, I already felt it was down too much. So I told traders in the morning I would nibble long, give it room to 75, and just take it up to 82 a share. And that was the call. It was pretty basic for us. I wish I could have played this in hindsight because I did like the call. Where is it? EA. There it is. EA. I like to bounce towards 82 today. 80 82. If it pulls, get some at 75, 76 area, and just take it to 82. And the stock will probably end up just being there all day. If it did pop at the open towards then it will probably gravitate towards 75, 76. It should be fun. Either way, just watch the open. If it pulls, go long and just take it to 82. It'll be a slow process. And that's probably where they're going to probably keep it. And that was the idea of um, the idea. If it did pop, then I definitely wanted to short it. And if it pulled at the open, I wanted just to take it long on the bottom curl, just walk it up. And true to the name, the stock just did it. It was absolutely beautiful. And I wish we could have got to 75 I wanted. Because the reason why I was eyeing is because yesterday it went below 75. So I figured, well, great. I'll just give it room to there. I think that's pretty much where it'll bottom out. And then yesterday it grinded out around the 76 area. So I wanted to give traders enough room so they wouldn't get shaken out. And true to it, it just went all the way back up. And if you look here, this is 81, and then this is here 81.50, and this is here 81.80. So it's just a matter of time before 82 comes. So it was a good call. I didn't make a stupid call to say it would go to 90, 95, 92, 87. You need to be realistic when you're trading with pros in the room. They expect precise, so they're not, they know what to look for, take money on the way up. I thought it was a very, very good trade. Okay. So in recap, we did 2 earning plays. We're going to do charts SUM and Shutterfly, SFLY. As far as charts tonight, we're going to do PAYC, MGNX, Spot, EA, and Take Two. So today's theme was gaming. Gaming paid the bills today. So with that said, I just want to thank you for joining us. And greatest chat room on the planet. Seriously. It's limitless what we do in here. And tomorrow we're going to do it again. And every day, this is what you get. I will give you 10 to 12 ideas every day. I mean, I was up at 3:45 this morning just studying, reading, studying, reading, studying, looking at tweets, looking at my scanners. Just I wanted to find great trades for everyone in the room. And I don't mind putting in the hours or the work for them because the people in here deserve it. And they're paying good money to be here. And as long as they do that, I'm going to be here. So, and don't be afraid to join us on Discord. I'm keeping track. We were 608 members, and as of right now, this was 2 days ago, and here we are today. We are now on Discord. I always like to post and show. 677 with 175 people online. A lot of them from our room. You can talk to them. Goal is to get to 700 by Valentine's Day would be good. Encourage you to join it. Link is right there. It's attached. And talk to the traders in the room. Get a feel for what we do. And come join us. If you want to just join us and trade with us tomorrow, just go to the top here, click it, and you're in the room. 25 bucks one day, $100 for a week. And if you join for the month, we give you back that money. Or it's just $675 a day for $197 a month. I want to thank you for joining us. Awesome Calls Trading. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow. And I hope you enjoyed this webinar. Thank you.